Welcome to the Juiice Pops Show. I'm with Pops. What's going on, Pops?
So now,
How you doing?
feeling the dream.
That's cool.
Nightmare one day.
Um, uh, let me put this up. Everything throwing me off. Hold on. Let me pull the stream up on my phone. All right, we're good. Let me see. Say something real quick.
For now,
Get your volume good real quick. All right, go ahead. Say something now.
testing.
Yeah, it's a little bit better. All right, Pops. We got some trades coming through. Let's see here. Trade deadline was a little bit busy. Last night during the Monday night game, Jerry Jones, aka Jerry World, he decided to go to the press conference after the game and state that he had two moves possibly being made, and one of the moves people weren't that fond of, which was Logan Wilson. Logan Wilson was the first signing for a 7th round draft pick. People aren't too fond of that. But then the other draft picks that they gave up for another superstar player was a defensive lineman, defensive tackle, Quentin Williams from the Jets. So what would you rate the Cowboys trade so far, Dad, on the trade deadline?
I like it. I like Logan Wilson there. I like it there for fun.
You like Logan Wilson going to Dallas?
Yes.
See, he wasn't getting no snaps, so I don't even know if they think he can even play ball anymore.
He had a couple missed tackles. That's all.
Okay.
Unless he had to do something they were talking about that I wasn't aware of.
I know they have a rookie there that's playing, and I think I think which is Knight, and I believe they have a second rookie that is playing there, either maybe a second year guy that is taking his job. I actually couldn't even tell you, but yeah, he ends up going to Dallas for a 7th round draft pick, which I thought was fairly cheap for a middle linebacker at least. I feel like middle linebackers can go from 3 to 5 all day long, so.
Yeah, they made more money than what I thought.
Let me pull up the little trade list real quick. As you guys can see here, some of all of the trades that actually went down today. We'll get into one of the light ones real quick, Pops, just to touch up on it. The Chargers replace a hurt offensive lineman by getting Trevor from the Saints. So it was a late round draft pick. Probably not expecting too much, but I mean, you needed a tackle to help out. You needed a lineman to help out with the injury. So I'm not mad at it. I think it's tough giving up. I think either a 6th or a 7th round draft pick, though. Like when you don't want to give up one.
And plus, they got what's in their running backs be back this week too.
Oh,
He comes off. He's back.
Hampton comes back this week.
He's off IR. Who knows if he's going to play or not?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let's get to I guess this is probably the biggest trade then, Pops. It would be like the second biggest trade besides, Dallas making 2 different little splash plays, one big one, minute one to a lot of fan bases. The next biggest.
We didn't talk about Quentin Williams, though. That is a big trade for them.
Yeah, Quentin Williams. Yeah, that's who I just brought up. That Quentin Williams, the defensive lineman that they just picked up.
Yeah, we didn't talk about him. We talked about Wilson first.
Oh, what do you think about? Oh, sorry. Yeah, then what do you think about Quentin going to Dallas?
big splash play for them. That's big time for them. And that's what I'm saying. Logan Wilson was an actual edge on that. And I think he'll be just fine. What they need was that up front help. And that's what's going to take people apart. They won't be able to put the hands on. Their linemen won't be able to put the hands on the linebackers without not having a good lineman. Now they'll have to sustain their blocks. So don't be too much of a pass rush.
Now they're going to have Quinnen Williams. You also got to remember they did give up Micah Parsons. They got capital back, but they also received Kenny Clark on the inside. So now they have all-pro Kenny Clark and all-pro Quinnen Williams on the inside.
Exactly. That's going to help stop their run. That was a run problem.
Mm-hmm.
And Wilson be there to add to that also.
I could see Logan Wilson adding value there, but I just don't know. I'm assuming they're going to play him.
Yeah, but Conley's not the same as Parsons, but he is there.
No, but Clowney's playing well.
Yeah, like he's not Parsons. He's doing his part.
It's not a huge drop off, but it's a huge drop off when it comes to like. I'd still rather run at Jadeveon Clowney than if I'm going to run at Micah Parsons. You know what I mean? Like.
It's over at talent. Now, as far as, yes, he's a lot more talented player, but he can play position just like him. And maybe not as effective with the pass rush, but he can hold on to the spot, which is what you need to do.
So, what would you give? I feel like the Cowboys deserve a solid A minus.
I like what they done.
I think they didn't give up much for Logan Wilson. So if Logan Wilson doesn't pan out, no harm, no foul. They have the capital there with the draft picks. And then they gave up other draft picks to make a big splash for Quinnen.
Yeah, that's what they needed was Quinnen Williams.
I don't think no one expected Quinnen Williams to be traded. Like,
to be honest with you, I'd rather have Quinnen Williams and Clark and Wilson than just Parsons. That helps your defense.
When you look at it, and on top of that, you saved money. Yeah, you gave up some draft picks, but you also got draft picks. So technically, you're up a draft pick, plus you save money, and you swap Micah Parsons out for Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark. So is Jerry Jones the GM, owner, and whatnot of the century? Are the Cowboys going to make a change?
To me, they made a big splash because they got Pickens early on in it. They made some big moves this year.
Mm-hmm. They made some solid moves this year. And
look got Javonte Williams. Look what he's done.
Mm-hmm. And even though they let go of Rico, and then Darnold's playing phenomenal for the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, you may want that back, but he still wasn't doing that for you. So I think he found the right situation for him at Carolina to be able to produce the way that he's producing. I don't think he'd produce the same way at Dallas. So I don't think that there's a big change in them getting Williams from Darnold. If anything, I think Williams helps them a little bit more in some situations. And you're right. They've done nothing but make splash plays. They picked up any opportunity that they've had a time to either let someone go or pick someone up or pay somebody. They always do it. So now it's just, do you believe in Dak Prescott at this point? I think because Dak it's tough. But that's how I see the trade falling out with the Cowboys. I think it looks good. I think it looks great on paper. I just think that you got to figure out, can Dak win you games?
We'll find it out.
All right, let's get into the rest of these pops. We have Sauce Gardner was traded from the Jets to the Indianapolis Colts for I believe it was for 2 first-round picks or a first and a second, but I believe it was for 2 first-rounders this year and next year. And then they're receiving also A.D. Mitchell, which was a second-round draft pick last year, for Sauce Gardner. What do you think, Pops?
Colts making the move.
Sauce is nothing to play with. My bad, you don't got nothing to say. Sorry.
I'm just kind of speechless right now. I mean, that's a good bold move for the Colts. They needed that.
I mean, if you're gonna make a play now and you think you actually have a chance either this year or next year to win a Super Bowl, I think it makes perfect sense. You go out there and get one of the best corners, and he's one of the youngest corners in the game.
That's one of the spots they have.
You said that was one of the weakest spots?
Yeah, the linebacker core is tough. The linemen are tough. But their secondary was the only place they were really hurting that much. And that wasn't a safety, it was on the corner. So they just fixed that problem.
Everyone's making fun of that the trade had Adonai Mitchell in it, which Adonai Mitchell had that crossing route to where he got a little free on Sauce. Sauce dove at his back legs, didn't make the tackle, but Adonai Mitchell moved the ball at the pylon and lost the ball at like the half-yard line. And then so he hasn't seen the field really since then. So people online are kind of making like a funny joke about it on how it was the guy that had a touchdown against Sauce, lost the ball at the 1 yard line or half-yard line on his own, and then now they're included in the same trade together. It's quite ironic, though.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it makes sense because he wasn't getting no snaps in Indianapolis anyways.
Right.
And the Jets could use that. And they get a second-round draft pick and Mitchell plus 2 number 1s for Sauce Gardner.
The ones his second.
And then
That's big.
Who's to know if Indianapolis is actually going to be good next year? I mean, you don't know. So that pick could actually end up being a top, 15 pick. But in all reality, it might end up being a top, a bottom 20 pick because Indianapolis does look good. Jonathan Taylor's running healthy and, defense looks solid now with adding those pieces. Or with adding that piece.
Like anything, you can be deep in one game. So it's not gonna be a lower half, top half pick, but it'll be a lower half pick.
Yeah, I believe so.
Could be up to nobody knows.
Yes, sir. I believe so. Let's get straight to it, Pops. We also have so we talked about Trevor, we talked about Sauce Gardner, we talked about AD, we talked about Quinnen. Mozzie Smith was also included into the trade with Quinnen Williams, which he was a first-round defensive tackle taken from Michigan, which just hasn't seen the field like an entire bunch from Dallas, so maybe they weren't too fond of him anyways. But maybe the Jets can make something work with him over there, and because they still got Jermaine Johnson, so that he might actually end up becoming a player now because he should be a full-time starter now for the Jets as long as he pans out.
Yeah, like I said, I drafted him too when he went to Dallas. He ain't done nothing. He got to see the field a little bit, but he never done nothing. He's on the field.
All right, Pops. Sorry, go ahead.
I was saying he wasn't that impressive to me.
Do you want to touch base on your guy? You said he was going to go somewhere, so I'll let you talk about him first. Jakobi Meyers. Jakobi Meyers ended up going to Jacksonville, Pops, with the hurt Travis Hunter right now on IR. What do you think about it?
That helped them out. That's what they needed right now. That helped them a lot.
I definitely think it's big-time news for sure. I think that it's 100% was a need, especially because of what happened last week.
And them now, with Trevor being the third receiver, are you kidding me? That's what it looks like they're doing with it.
With who being the third receiver?
Hunter.
Oh, wow. See, okay, yeah, now when that comes back, yeah. And then they're going to take...
Second receiver. He'll end up being the third, but he'll have a design play. they'll have him play a little bit more defense too. I got a feeling.
And now they won't. Wow, that's a great call, Dad. I think now they will no longer. That makes a lot of sense. They might start moving him to defense a little bit more, allow Myers to take these receiving snaps, and then they had what, P.J. Washington at wide receiver, I believe is his name, that was playing phenomenal out of nowhere for Jacksonville this season. But I think his reps are now going to be, taken away with Travis Hunter, because I think now they're going to throw Travis Hunter into the slot. Or do you put Travis Hunter out there on the outside when he's healthy, when you do want to use him, and then you allow Jacoby Myers in the middle?
Yeah, that moves him over.
I could see it. So you can see Jacksonville transitioning to more defensive heaviness with Travis Hunter rather than using him on offense first.
Yeah, because he's starting to move, understand the offense good enough now. If they get him playing more defense, he's actually a shutdown corner. That's what they need more than anything, to shut some of these offenses down for a while. Him having his offensive play, but 10 targets for him is a lot.
10 targets for who?
Hunter, that's what he had last game.
Oh, he had 10 targets, and that's how he got hurt off at 10?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Remember, he had that really good catch?
Yeah, I remember he had the really good catch, but that was like what, like 2 weeks, but 2 weeks before then, though? 2 weeks before his injury?
Yeah. But then you look at last week, like I said, 10 catches, plus that's when he got hurt with his knee.
Fair.
He's still being tackled instead of tackling.
So you're a big fan of the Jacoby Myers pickup then for Jacksonville, especially for the low draft pick.
That helps him out a lot.
Yeah, I think you could have paid money for Jacoby Myers to come over there, let alone, just give up a super late round draft pick.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here, Pops. Let's get into the next part of it. Rashid Shaheed, Pops. He goes from the Saints to the Seattle Seahawks with over there with that bad man right now, Sam Darnold. Pops, you're a big fan of him. What you think?
I think it's going to do them real, because it looked like the Cup's a little old in the step, so he's not producing like I thought he should. Nothing without his feet. I think it'll make a big difference. That offense is already powerful enough. I think it's really going to explode.
Can I ask you this? Do you think it was the Triple Crown year that took a toll on his body, or just the injuries in general?
Injury, total age. It's all good.
That's what I was thinking too.
Recovering when you recover after injuries, if you just lose steps and after year and after year, he can train all he wants to. He's still getting older. It's hard. You don't gain steps. You lose part. You know what I'm saying? You lose speed. You don't gain speed.
No, yeah, that's a fair point, Dad. If you take 2-3 injuries, you kind of lose speed every time, probably, and then you lose. You probably dang. Yep, that's a fair point. My bad, I was talking.
You're not gonna train faster and faster as you get older. You'll get your top speed and try to keep that right there. As your age goes, you don't get faster as you develop older.
No, that's for sure, especially if you're taking injuries. But I just noticed after his Triple Crown year, it kind of, started to decline after that for him a little bit.
Because he got hurt.
But he also got hurt, and they weren't little injuries either. They were,
He was hurt the year before, actually, too.
Oh, before he got his Triple Crown?
Mm.
So injuries more than likely just taking a toll on the body. I mean, and Jig was playing phenomenal over there, and I think Shaheed might even open things up for Cooper Kupp now to where their offense can click on all cylinders.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's going to be, like I said, he'll get the second coverage. It won't be Kupp.
No. You're right. If Cup gets a linebacker, Cup back's in the game, baby. Cup's back in the game. He's back to 8 catches for 160 if he's got a linebacker on him. Let's see here, Pops. Let's get to the. Oh, that's on you. My bad. What else do we have here? Oh yeah, Pops. Philly ended up grabbing Jalen Phillips, and I know you're actually a fan of this move as well. I am. I figured it would be Bradley Chubb that got moved, not Jalen Phillips, and I was actually surprised that it was Jalen Phillips. So how do you feel about that? And then especially going to Philly, because it just seems like Philly is nonstop picking up a defensive end or a defensive lineman for the last 3 years on the offseason or during the season.
Right. Yeah, I agree. He's in a better place than they need.
Say it one more time, Dad. Sorry, the clicking. Can't hear you, Dad.
Huh?
Okay, can hear you now.
Yeah, I said in Miami, he's just going there for his career to die. Now it's going to be resurrected in the film.
Yeah. 100%. I think that. Hold on, what? Who? Oh, whose career is gonna die? My bad, Dad. It's hard to hear you with the dog walking in the background. It's hard to hear. It's hard to hear you with the dog walking in the background. It picks up your mic. No, I just asked you what you said because I didn't hear you.
No. Put in front of me. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. You got food in front of you. I heard that part. Do you want to eat real quick?
No, we'll go ahead. Keep on with it.
Here, we'll just wrap this up real quick then, so you can eat. Also, Dad, Joe Tyron, don't know how to say his full name, from Cleveland, which was drafted by Cleveland, ends up going to Chicago for a late round draft pick, Pops. I'm actually fond of the move. I think that the move makes sense for Chicago. Chicago just had their rookie running back have a little pop. They're even talking about moving him on the first string a little bit with Swift, if not taking over the job. So it looks like Chicago was trying to make some moves, maybe couldn't get some star players, and then just had to go with what they could what they could actually pick up. But it seemed like the Bears were actually involved in some trades because it seemed like they had to mix in with possibly Breece Hall and more options. But I mean, when your rookie running back comes out and plays like that, and he has 150 some rushing yards on blank amount of carries, it's hard to go trade for Breece Hall now. I mean, you might have a guy.
Yeah, thanks.
So maybe they kind of just backed out of some of the thoughts that they had for trades and just decided, hey, let's stay with what we got and let's try to fill in, a little spot here and a little spot here just to help out the team. And then we also had Dramont Jones, Dad, go to Baltimore, which I'm not a big fan of. I like Dramont Jones, defensive tackle, Pops. I think Baltimore could use it. But also I'm good if Baltimore don't get that. I mean, they're in my division. But I think it was a good pickup for them. I think he's a solid defensive lineman that'll help out the roster. And they picked him up for a late round draft pick anyways. And then we can, let's see here. We talked about Logan Wilson, Jair Alexander and Michael Carter the second, both cornerbacks, one from the Jets, one from Baltimore Ravens. Both end up going to Philly, with Philly making the Jalen Phillips splash. And then they also picked up Brandon Graham, Mr. 5'5", and they picked him back up out of retirement. So the Eagles made a little splash, Pops. I like the DBs that they picked up as well. It just depends how they pan out. Let's see here. John Michie the third ends up going to the Jets. So the Jets ended up picking up 2 wide receivers in the last 3 days, Dad, with A.D. Mitchell and with John Michie the third from Houston. Houston has quite a bit of options over there, so it makes sense. I think it makes sense. And I feel like John Michie's had plenty of snaps at Houston to either show something or not, for them at least.
Gotcha.
Okay. Keep saying gotcha. Alrighty. I'll just get through it. And then Keon White was picked up by San Francisco. Kyle Duggar was picked up by Pittsburgh. Shout out to you for getting 77 out of 78 snaps, big dog. We appreciate you. Way to get the game ball at the end of the game. Good pickup. Good pickup. What?
You said Kenny White? Who?
Keon White, defensive lineman. He didn't go to the Steelers. I was talking about Kyle Duggar there. But Keon White went to San Francisco, and he played he's played solid. I believe he was from New England.
Oh, okay.
I believe so. Roger McCrary went to the Rams, DB slash DB mainly. Greg Newsome, cornerback, goes to Jacksonville. So Jacksonville picked up a corner from Cleveland and picked up a wide receiver during the back end of the deadline. Tyson Campbell goes to Cleveland. Odafe Away. I know I said his name wrong. He's a linebacker, though. I believe he went from Baltimore, but now he's on the Chargers. He was at Baltimore, right?
Mm.
Okay. And then Alani Gilman, he went to Baltimore. He was a Charger safety, and he's actually playing phenomenal for Baltimore right now. Baltimore couldn't be no happier with him right now. Baltimore says that they love him. So shout out to Gilman. And then the last pickup, Pops, was Joe Flacco. And everybody already knows what Joe's doing right now. He beat my Pittsburgh Steelers.
I would have thought that he would be standing up right after all the problems they have with blocking.
Who would have known you could keep shipping a guy that came off of a couch all around, and he's still not going to be the problem? Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if that's not your problem, then you better figure it out.
Right.
All right, well, that's going to wrap up the trade deadline from Pops and I. We are going to have a podcast that drops for you guys tomorrow, so make sure you guys tap into the podcast. Make sure you guys enjoy. Please let us know anything that you guys want to say about the trades that happened during the trade deadline down in the comment section. And make sure you subscribe, please, and thank you. Pops, you want to say anything?
I'm good. What a trade day.
Great trade day.